guys, welcome to the latest edition of the Muir Reflection. John from the John Muir Show here, and we've gotten word that Georgetown University has launched this $400,000 fund that will contribute to communities in the southern United States where many of the descendants of slaves that were once owned by Georgetown University now live. So Georgetown's saying $400,000 is going to go to these communities where they believe that the descendants of slaves that the university once owned now live. This is an incredibly stupid idea. This whole concept of slavery reparations. But again, this is Georgetown University. It's a private university. As long as this is private funds that are being used, hey, people can do whatever stupid things with their money they want to do. So, hey, knock yourselves out, folks over at Georgetown. But the big concern here is that, it's not just Georgetown that's talking about doing this. You've had politicians, U.S. politicians, talking about slavery reparations. You've had all of the Democrats running for president in 2020 who have any sort of a shot of winning the nomination, talking about how they are in favor of slavery reparations at the federal level here in the United States. And it's just totally absurd. I mean, this is pandering to African Americans in the United States of America. I mean, when you have these individuals on the left saying that slavery reparations should be implemented in the United States and that slavery reparations would be a good thing, these individuals are saying that African Americans in this country are unable to make it on their own, that these people cannot support themselves, that they cannot get ahead in life themselves, that the success of these African American individuals depends on whether or not they get free handouts from Democrat politicians in the federal government. I mean, it is incredibly insulting to the African American population for these Democrat politicians to go making that assumption, and not to mention this whole idea, it is totally foolish. Slavery, it was a terrible thing. Don't get me wrong. And fortunately, here in the United States of America, we learned from slavery. We learned the mistake that was slavery, and slavery was abolished by the Republican Party. By the way, for anyone who might have forgotten their history, anyone who is wondering, that was the Republican Party that got rid of the practice of slavery. But, slavery, it was done away with a long time ago. I mean, we're talking roughly a century and a half ago that slavery was done away with. That means that all of the individuals who were slaves, they're no longer alive. And all of the individuals who own slaves, they're no longer alive either. So again, the people who are actually involved on both ends of the practice of slavery, they're long gone. So the folks who are alive these days, these are individuals who have never been affected by slavery. So when you have these Democrat politicians, like these 2020 Democrat presidential primary candidates, talking about giving out slavery reparations, all right, you're going to be taking money from people who have never owned slaves, and you're going to be giving that money to people who have never been enslaved. I mean, it's total absurdity. Plus, I mean, how do you go about doing this? What about individuals, African-American individuals, whose families did not come to the United States until after slavery was abolished? Do they still get money even though none of their relatives were involved in the practice of slavery? And what about white families who came to the United States after slavery was abolished? Do they still have to pay even though their family didn't own slaves? And how about for all of the families of individuals who fought in a battle that was partially to abolish slavery? What, are they going to have to pay money when those folks whose ancestors fought to end the practice of slavery? I mean, there are so many questions that come up, and of course there hasn't been a good answer to any of it, because this whole idea of slavery reparations, it is totally absurd, and again, it is nothing more than to pander to African Americans with hopes to buy the African American vote in the 2020 election. But it is absolutely disgusting. It is absolutely senseless, and there is absolutely no reason why slavery reparations should be implemented in the United States of America. And that's all the time that we have for today. More of the John Muir Show tomorrow and each and every weekday, 8:40 a.m. on WTAQ, 9 a.m. WSAU and WHBL. Till next time, I'm out.